Going for an old-fashioned VHS way of looking at things? I get the impression we are. Good. That won't kick the file size to the ceiling. Anyway, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a game called Dream Trials. Let's just get on with it, shall we? Oh my goodness, there's some Easter eggs. Wrong time of year, but I welcome free chocolate, so we'll live with that. Are there any funny settings that... There don't seem to be. No, there's only just perfectly reasonable settings, which is unfortunate, right? Okay. He's a cheerful chappy. Right, kindergarten, the childhood learning centre you once thought to be safe, has now been overrun by giant Pinocchios. Right, okay. Would this be a good time to say I never actually went to a primary school, as we call them in this country? But we shan't worry about that. Okay, so for a little background, this game is made by the Spoleto, I believe it's pronounced Spoleto Brothers, who made various different games that we played a long time ago on the channel. And they're typically very difficult games, which, you know, cause most of my hairs to go grey. But I am hoping this one will be slightly more forgiving, but we will no doubt have that illusion dashed upon the rocks of reality very quickly indeed. But having a quick scoot through a few comments on the itch.io page, most people seem to be speaking really rather highly of it, and all their previous games have shown great promise and excellent craftsmanship. So I am very hopeful that this will be both spoopy and amusing. At least amusing for you, even if it's not amusing for me, if I'm just running away like an utter coward, as typically happens in these things. But we shall see what happens. I don't really know what the premise of the game is or what we're going to be doing. The itch.io page wasn't frightfully clear on those points, but maybe that's for the best. We can go in and be surprised by whatever happens, or by whatever doesn't happen if this loading screen doesn't finish. Oh no, more loading.
Greetings. You may think that nothing surrounds you, but I assure you, everything we need is here. We are near...
Sorry, but where am I?
Do not speak, but listen. It is not where you are. It is when. You are at the very same spot you last were, but 8 duotrigintillion years have passed. We are near the end of time for all third-dimensional beings. Though, in your case, you are only here temporarily. Somehow, some way, whatever happened to you in the flesh has put you here. And that is only possible by achieving a complete equilibrium between life and death. Thus, you will now undergo the Dream Trials. What are the Dream Trials?
Marvelous
It is
question.
places you have been to, objects you have interacted with, and people you once knew. All have been compiled, examined, and manipulated into trials you must overcome.
Sounds just like daily
But
life to
heed
me.
my warning. If you fail the Dream Trials, it is not just the life that you lived that ends. Your soul, gone. Complete eradication. You think existence is pain?
I'd hate to leave loose ends.
No. Not existing is true pain. It is why your soul exists. It is why I exist.
Who are you
But
exactly?
for now, focus. Clear your mind and think back to your early childhood.
Can we not do that? It's
Complete
rather
the trial,
uncomfortable.
and more will be explained. Good luck.
Thank you. Right. Okay. Welcome to Learnding, where we don't spell good, but never mind. My goodness, talk about the blind leading the blind. Or the severed arms leading the severed arms, one or the other. Right, okay. I mean, bloody impressive voice acting for starters. My goodness gracious, mate. Very impressive indeed. So I'm supposed to blink. I didn't like that. I didn't like that. I didn't like that at all. Right. Oh my goodness. I'd forgotten about that. I'd forgotten that these games are well suited for people who like to speed run, which once was I, but tis not now. But back once when I was young and foolish. All right. Left mouse button to take photographs. What does that do? Bippity bippity. I'm not a bit young to have a digital camera. Bippity bippity. Don't really know what purpose that serves. And I can blink to close my eyes. Right, okay. Do I need to blink to close my eyes? Do I need to, like, use a flash or something on this in order to see more? Okay, so I can severely regret I came in here. Yeah, I can do that. No, so if I close my eyes, I kind of go into a different world where I can see slightly different things, or interact with things somewhat differently. Right. Presumably, maybe the. Yes. Okay. Well, at least you've learned a spell, which is tremendous. Actually, can I open my eyes again? No, not really. No. Interesting. You see, the door is changing ever so slightly when I blink. Okay. Well, I can't get back to the nice, happy world where there was lots of light. I can only stay here, where it's dark and scary. Presumably, there are specific things I need to take photographs of, like this thing, which is telling me to specifically not take a photograph of. Would you mind to... What is that hanging down there? I don't want the answer to that question. Does blinking my eyes make this terrible situation slightly better? No, it doesn't. Why are there old worn bandages here? I don't know. Do I need to take a photograph of the face? Is that the thing? I need a decent picture of the face. Will that piss him off enough in order to change this appalling situation into something else? What's that? Can you see that? What's that yellow thing there? Oh, it's a little toy truck. Okay, it's not fast vehicle. Okay. I don't really know what I'm supposed to be doing, or what I'm doing which is wrong, but everything in this general vicinity out to a radius of about 13 nautical miles seems wrong. So if you don't mind, I'm going to turn around and get the hell out of here. And we'll come back to all of that once we've figured out what the hell it is we're doing. My goodness gracious. Hey, what's with this red... What's with this red line? Is it like a motion sensor or something? Don't really know. It's through here. This seems secret and sneaky and also really frickin' dark. Is this another thing of like open door, shut door? No, seemingly not. Okay, is there anything in here? It's blooming dark. Oh, good, no, motion sensor, tremendous. There might be things in here, there might not be. I really can't tell. It also doesn't help that I have to play these in a really bright room for the sake of the camera, which makes it really rather difficult for me to see what's going on. Right, okay, that seems to be the chap that we were interacting with, whose name seems to be Bing. Right, okay, well, in that case, presumably he's an underutilized copy of something else. So, what else is new in the realms of mascot horror? So let's stop riffing off search engines and see if we can find anything else in this place that we're supposed to be looking at other than just infinitesimal darkness. It's so dark. It's so bloody dark. Okay, I guess I have to come back and deal with this, because right now I don't seem to be able to find anything else that I can work. It doesn't seem to want me to take photographs, judging by the signage, but then it doesn't actually seem to be stopping me either, or punishing me, or threatening me or anything. I don't seem to be able to get up on the climbing frame either. There's definitely some form of a building or a structure here, but yes, which I can go inside of, but again, I can't really see. I can't really see what's going on. I don't like have any other buttons, do I, in terms of like a light or anything? Seemingly not. No. Can I go this way? Yes, and again there is another structure which I think I have entered. It is so ruddy dark, I honestly couldn't tell you one way or the other, but no. Okay. I really, really, really don't get this. I don't get what I'm supposed to be doing. Okay. Let's just leave. Let's just go back where I came and see if we can't get this bloody thing to be over and done with. Can I actually go out this way as well? Oh, I can. Oh, interesting. Oh, curious. Oh, bother. This doesn't seem to have achieved anything. I'm just back in the infinitesimal inky darkness. Good. Glad I wasted everyone's time again. Right. It turns out, upon very careful consideration of all the facts, that if you actually read the bloody instructions, you start to get ever so slightly further in life. So when it says hold the left of the mouse button, it means hold left the mouse button. It doesn't mean press it. But alright. Never mind. Can I get more light? Right. Oh, your name isn't Bing. Your name is Bingo. Right. Tremendous. Instead of being named after a defunct search engine, you're just named after an elderly person's game. Right. Oh my goodness, I don't like the look of this one. Right. Now we can actually see what the hell it is we're doing. Man, I'd lie. There's a slightly different blast from the past. I don't remember R1's having lights on, our eyes on them, but we shan't worry about this. What does that say? Given to those who do what we say and ask no questions. That's really frickin' dark and creepy thing to say about children, so let's stop with all of that immediately, thank you. And now that we can actually see this place properly, let's have a little look around and see what we can find. Right. Very funny. Right, I'm glad we're all having a hilarious time with our ancient computers. Mind you, I suppose if this person has sort of grown up, it might take a while to. But in the past, computers were bigger. Is the basic sort of premise I'm trying to say here. Why are there signs about salaries in this sort of place? Surely there should be little signs for little children to read about, I don't know, nap time and biscuits, rather than anything else. Right, okay, never mind. I think we might possibly just have figured out how to really, you're gonna charge a child $3,000. Where's a child even going to find $3,000 for making a mess in the toilet? Right, now that we've actually learned how to take a bloody photograph, and it took us 15 frickin' minutes, we can do this properly. Right, someone's a grumpy pants. What? Photograph 9 miniature toys listening for clock ticking sounds. Right. What's the meaningfulness of a clock? I don't know. Maybe that's a sign that there's a villain nearby? Or is the clock ticking a kind of proximity sensor thing? That is probably the bad thing. I don't seem to be able to get away from this. Oh, no. That was a bad thing to do, actually, wasn't it? Right. I'm glad somebody finally put me down for being so bloody annoying. Right. Okay. look on the bright side. There's no way in hell I could possibly do any worse than I just did. So I guess the only way to go is up. Right. Let's try this again. Oh, bloody hell, I forgot how bad I am at these games. Okay, fine, never mind. I should have remembered how some of the other games were. It's been a long time since I've played them again. Right. There we go. So I think the clock ticking sound is a proximity sensor saying, come over here, this is where the clock is. But hearing that weird chanting that we heard before, that's a sign that Bingo is near. Need to avoid him. What the hell is that noise? I don't know. That doesn't sound like a clock chime. So what I'm going to try and do is keep away from him and make sure that I don't photograph him, because photographing him seems to be the thing that that gets under his skin, which is idiomcation. Oh, okay, we're either pretending to be Latin or we seriously need to get some of these teachers enrolled in the basic spelling courses. One or the other. Ah, I hear a clock. Is that it? I see a pair of eyes. Hooray! We did it! He seems to be stomping on somebody's face. So that's a lovely thing that we should be encouraging children to do, shouldn't we? I might go the other way if you don't mind. Okay, right. This map doesn't really seem big enough to have 9 figurines in. Can I sort of open any cupboards or drawers or things in order to find things? Or do I have to like shift through different bits of the world? Is something in this drawer? No, it does sound very close. Do I have to sort of shift into different worlds in order to find different figurines? So it'll be three in each, because it seems like there's sort of three different worlds I might be in. Okay, let me go around the back of this building. Let's see what I'll find. Maybe somewhere in here. Sounds very close indeed. Aha! Here he is, hiding amongst the cones! Yes! He's holding the corpse of a small child aloft before it finally rots away into the dirt. That's just lovely. Okay, was there what actually was in this building? Ah, good. The outlines of lots of severed hands. Good, to match my severed hands. Tremendous. I assume that's just been done because they didn't want to model the entire body, which is the perfectly reasonable situation to be in. I'm just, I'm just being facetious. Where's the ruddy door gone? Over here. Right, okay. Let's see what else we can find. Anything in here? No. No, seemingly not. Alright. What's this weird spider monster thing? That's something I don't look forward to seeing in a future level. My goodness. This is a relatively small map, so oh my goodness gracious. That's not lovely. I know they warn children, don't put the volume on your headphones quite too high, otherwise you may damage your hearing. I do wish somebody would say the same thing to this lovely fellow who has taken it upon himself to nip in the bud my photographing spirit. If that's even a word, and I'm sure that it isn't. Right, let's try this again. Hello. Yes, I know, I took a photograph of the back of your head. What a villain. What an absolute cad. How dare I do such a thing? Right, what? Oh, they're the aforementioned headphones we were talking about. Oh, hello. Hello. I can't crouch in order to so as the developer's logo, at least the current one. I don't think I've actually seen it seen it before, and a metal detector. Because of course. Oh, hello. I was looking at the football, you know, I'm just a David Beckham fan, you can't blame me. Does he actually move on his own, or does he only move when I...
Messi, 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 immens Messi, encara 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 Messi,
Where's the football gone?
Messi, 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 Messi,
Where's the
Messi,
football gone?
immens Messi, encara Messi, encara Messi, encara Messi, encara Messi, encara Messi, encara Messi,
You certainly sound it, mate. Where's the ruddy football gone? I want to get the football in the goal, because that seems like a an Easter egg or something, but I need to wait for this ruddy bastard to shove off. Right, okay. I think I'm gonna get like some, because it mentioned something about Easter eggs on the start, didn't it? So maybe if I get this in the goal, something will happen. As a man who knows absolutely nothing about football, as far as I'm concerned, that was probably perfectly realistic. Right, should we carry on with our lives? Or should we carry on with death? I can't run away at this point, in case you're wondering. Oh, shut up. Is he saying bingo? It sounds more like he's saying bigo. As if he's sort of dropping the N for some daft reason. Hang on, I heard a clock ticking just for an instant there. Okay, doesn't sound like it's far away. What have we got here? Oh, there you are. Hello, right, okay. Okay, I am going to operate under the assumption that there are like 3 different worlds that you're in, and each time you blink you shift from one world to the next world. I'm also going to operate under the assumption that there's 3 in each world, so maybe if I find the 3 in this world and then blink once, then I can find out the next 3, and strangle some more children. And, you know, we'll sort of operate a little bit like that, I think. Okay, I think we're starting to get somewhere. Are they in completely randomized locations, or are they like a set of, like, I don't know, 18 different locations they may be in? There's like a different smattering of each you get. Okay, let's blink once. What the hell is that noise? Who the hell are you? Don't answer that question. I don't want to know. Okay, I can hear bingo, and I can hear Miss Chauncey, and the only thing I know is that I can't get the hell out of here, which is all really rather worrying. If you don't mind, I'm going to leave. I don't really want to go this way because that's the way that he is. Okay, he's gone now. That's tremendous. I don't think he actually moves unless I take a photograph of him, which is good. Aha, okay, I can hear another one. Doesn't look like it's out here, so let me pop inside here and see if it's somewhere down here, perhaps. Yes, there we are. Tremendous. What does this say? Does it say anything? Does it put it back to front? Is it upside down? Something takes souls. Is that BLFM? Is that the name of... Is that the name of... Oh, not you again! Go away. Right, okay. Is BLFM... Is that the name of a radio station? Possibly. Is that the name of one of this lot? No, it's not. Okay. Fair enough. Fine. Whatever. Whatever floats your boat. Oh my goodness. Right. Would you stop staring in the window like a creepy person? Okay. Okay. I don't know how many we've got yet. 4, I think. I think we found 1 since we switched into this realm. Yeah, that little one there. So I'm going to go back to the playground area and see if I can find anything else. Am I at a dead end or not? Am I around the back of the shed? Yes, I am around the back of the shed. Okay, so I need to go through this room here and get to the other side without anybody eviscerating me. Seemed to work relatively well. Anything in here? Nope. Need always. No, none of them either. Okay, anything around here? Doesn't look like it. No. Doesn't seem like there's anything around the playground. Can't see anybody peeping at me. I can see someone peeping at me. Let me head off in this direction instead, see if there's anything down here before I try and track back towards the garage. I do like that the different characters have different coloured eyes. I think that's a nice touch because it allows you to more readily identify who is who, even though they're in the darkness. And presumably the different enemies will have slightly different mechanics in terms of how they function and how you best need to avoid them. Right, I can't see the little eyes anymore. Not even clocks either. Might switch over to the third world and see if we can find anything in this one. Aha! What have we here? There he is, right, yes. I hold the sword aloft and say, by the power of Grayskull, I will murder these small irritating infants, or however the hell this thing works. Let's carry on. I know the time will be appalling. I'm not trying for a good time, right? I'm not here for a good time, I'm here for a long time, to reverse a phrase. I'm just here to see if I can get to the end of this. That's enough for me. I don't need to do tremendously well. I just need to get a passing grade. Is it here? Yes, hooray. Some of the poses. My goodness. I'm not having anything to do with this. These are appalling. Okay. Not you again. Not. Well, you can't actually get me, can you? Because you're on the. I was going to say he's actually on the outside of a window, so unless he leaps through the window, he's not actually going to be able to get me, is he? He'd have to come all the way round, which is nice. Makes a nice bloody change. Okay. Oh, okay, I think we're roughly in the bathroom right now. Ah, yes, here we are. Okay, good. Oh, good. We're throwing these little demons right into the bin. Perfect. So that's like there's another one, presumably on the other side of this wall. Let me sort of scoot my way around and see what I can find. Yeah, here we are. Ah, hiding in a fuse box, kicking a small child to death. Good for you. Oh, the door's gone. Here it is. Oh no, 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 no! Can I get past you without you murdering me, or are we going to have a big problem if I try that? I might just hang back and wait for him to despawn. But what if I blink? Does that make him go away? No, okay. Okay, look, there definitely are 3 worlds. And there are different dolls in each one. Okay, that's good. I kind of like that. Otherwise, in a relatively small environment, you'd probably encounter the 9 too quickly. So this kind of stretches it out, seems the wrong way to describe it, but you know, it makes it a little bit... Makes it a little bit more, gives you more time to have a heart attack, is what I'm essentially trying to put into words. Okay. I think we found 7 thus far, which means there's 2 in this world, waiting to be found. I want this, but I don't want to set him off, but I'm going to have to try it. Find me? I don't particularly want to do that. Or do I need to do that? Why do I need to do that? Why is that a thing that I need to do? Why do I need to take a photograph of you, despite the fact that you've always said that's a terrible thing to do? Now find me. Okay, now I need to find the lady, which is not you, I don't think. I haven't found the last doll. I'm confused. Ah, yes, there we are. That's you there, probably, presumably. Oh, I'm stuck on a bloody chair or something. Oh, where the hell is she? Is she out here or not? I don't think she is. I think she's somewhere in here. There we go. Now find Now find Bingo again? Okay. Well, Bingo was here a minute ago. There he is. Right. Okay. I think I was 1 or 2 snaps away from being completely done. So, tremendous. I've managed to fail miserably. Again. Because they happen to stand next to each other. So, that's tremendous. So the last doll that I need to find is actually this lot themselves. Rather than the little caricatures. Okay. 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 I am not gonna make you sit through any more of that. I'll get us back to the point where we're photographing the characters themselves rather than the little dolls, and then we'll see if I can do slightly better with that. I'm guessing it's actually on the other side of the wall. It's interesting how these games always have little tactics in them that you can employ. One of the tactics I've sort of learned already is just to walk into a room and then blink a couple of times to see if there's any in any of the 3 worlds which are in that one room. Like in here, for example, there wasn't one in the world I was in, but then I blinked to switch into a different world, and then it just reacts to light, doesn't it? It's not the taking of the photograph, it's the light you don't like. Oh, shut up. Shut up, you large strutting somebody. Yes, so walking to a room, then cycling through the 3 worlds, seeing if there's any dolls that are close by is, seems to be a decent way to approach things. The disadvantage is it's much harder to keep track of how many dolls you found in each world. Okay, I'm gonna risk it as much as I think this is a daft thing to do. Is it here? Is it here? Is it here? No, I think it's inside. Okay, we are a bit closer to comfort, but I'm gonna have to risk it. Somewhere in here? Somewhere in here, I think, possibly. Yes, here we are doing a bit of filing. Good for him! Excuse me. Thank you very much. Maybe it's also best once you've taken the photograph to then let the light level die down again before you go wandering off again. There is another one nearby. I don't really want to do it when he's so close, however, so I'm going to... Is that just practically on top? He's up there. Right, okay. Okay. Only one more to find, I think. Only one more to find. Bloody hell. Only one more to find, and then we're back to roughly where we were. Oh my goodness. Yes, overall, I'm not sure whether it would be faster to go into each room, cycle through the 3 worlds, and then capture the ones that you need, or whether it would be faster just to make like 3 rotations of the world. 3 rotations of the world, in each world. I don't really know. Don't really know, and don't really care. I can hear another one, but I don't see it. Aha, here he is, right, kicking a small child to death, as one is wont to do. Didn't we get to the bit where it wanted me to photograph the enemies when we got to 8 out of 9, or did that happen at 9 out of 9 and I just have an appalling memory? That's him! It's highly likely. So, I guess I'll have to find the last little character. Let's try a different one. Yeah, I do rather wish actually that I'd kept a better track of how many I'd found in each world, because then I'd be able to like put myself in the right world, and then I wouldn't need to worry about any more of them. Okay, it's not far away. Aha, here it is. Right. Okay, now we get to the bit where I need to photograph the monsters. So what I need to do is photograph them carefully so that I photograph them and nobody else. There we go. Because I think if I accidentally set off... Okay, that's Mr. Clawy face, isn't it? If I accidentally set off the wrong one, I think they'll still come and kill me. Like if I set off Bingo right now, I think he would kill me. So I don't need either of those two. I need the one with the sort of brownish eyes. Except I can barely see anything because old Brown Eyes is getting in the way of my screen. He was over here earlier. In the bathroom. I don't really know. I can't really see him. There he is. Right, come on. Oh my goodness, here we go again. Right, where's Mrs. What's-His-Face gone? She was here a minute ago. I feel like if I take too long doing this, I am going to get killed. So I am trying to do this with a certain level of expeditiousness. Oh, not him again. I don't know. Well, I mean, he does make the least noise. He is harder to find for that reason. But if they stay in the same place, which obviously they're not going to do, then we might be alright. Nope, he's finished up in the John and has got on with his life. Good for him. It is really difficult to see anything with these ruddy overlays. Ah, there he is. Right, okay, I have to do this very bloody carefully so I don't set off Bingo. If I kind of face in the exact opposite direction from Bingo, then I might be alright. Let this die down. I'll turn around. Bingo should hopefully still be there. Yes, it is. And now I need to find Bingo again. Okay, right. I thought I'd have to photograph each of them once, not each of them 712 times. But okay. Okay. Now, Bingo again? My goodness, you're hogging the limelight, man. Step aside and let somebody else waltz down the catwalk for once in your life. For crying out loud. Oh my word. Stop it, I don't like this. I can hear madam. I can see sir. But I can't find Bingo. Yes, there you are. I'm fully aware of your locale. I can't find Bingo. Here he is, right. Oh, for goodness sake. At last. Oh my goodness gracious. Well, I only got my...
Have you ever wondered why your dreams are your dreams? For instance, you are running away from something chasing you, but it doesn't feel right. Something is off. Perhaps you had an unexplained limp, or you got stuck in some imaginary quicksand. It confuses you. Both your conscious and subconscious mind become aware that it was not reality, and then you wake up suddenly.
As that happens.
That is the universe's quality assurance at work. It observed your reaction, and depending on the result, it will either delete that test trial or further fine-tune it for the next dreamer. Dreams do not simply exist to prepare you for any future situation. Ask yourself, what would the universe have to possibly gain from that? Absolutely nothing. The universe only wants one thing: soul eradication,
We all need a
which
hobby.
is the ultimate form of power. And the more engaging the dream trial is to a soul, the more power can be extracted from a failure. Back to the trial. What if that dream was executed correctly?
Welcome to the Spalato Bros operations.
Oh, hello.
I'm Andrew. I'm a Unity coder.
And I'm Lewis, and I do 3D art and sound.
Pleasure
And
to
we
meet
hope
you.
you've enjoyed the game. And
Okay, so there was a little video there at the end from the developers, so it's always nice to see the faces and hear the voices of the people that make these nice games that we while away our lives with, so that was very nice. There's a little bit of discussion about the game and the wider game industry, and to explain the reason why I cut it from this video, or from most of the video, is that I think it's something which is best communicated more directly from the game to the player, i.e. you, rather than via me. So I would recommend that you, if you at all can, get the game and play it yourself, so that you can see that little message, because I think it does talk about some important things. And I want to take an ever slightly serious tone just for a moment before we get into talking about the game, just to say that there are a lot of problems. I can't speak very specifically about the game industry itself, as it's not something I'm frightfully familiar with, but I can speak for my own industry and for other industries that I've worked in and applied in, to say that the job market's a pretty crap thing, to be quite frank. There's a lot of bad practices that go on, and I am very lucky to work for a company which treats its employees quite decently. So I am fortunate for that, and I can remember a long period coming out of university applying for jobs and not doing frightfully well and putting up with a lot of bad practices in the process. So that's something which is very important to discuss and to make progress on and to improve. However, at the same time, the purpose of me making a daft video is to make a daft video, right? Rather than to have a lengthy discussion, as much as it is an important topic which merits discussion. So, that's one thing. This is another thing. I have been sat here for about 10 minutes trying to think of the best way to say this, and I can't really think of a good way to say this, so I'm not really just going to say anything else. I'm just going to say that's the situation. Let's have a look at an Easter egg. What did I get? Okay, so I got this. Oh, 10 stickers. Oh, I see. So could I photograph the stickers as I went through them? And there were different ones that I could look at. Okay, right. Okay. Is that the name? I wonder if that might possibly be the name of that third monster, the one with the lengthy arm and the claw hand and the slightly sort of broken face. I wonder if that could possibly be his name, and I'm wondering if it's something like like how the big friendly giant is sometimes called the BFG. I'm wondering if perhaps that's like an abbreviation of a slightly longer name, and that's how that works. So there's 3 monsters and there's 9 miniatures you need to find, and there are 3 of each, and there's like a secret 4th Pinocchio one that you need to find, even though his name also seems to be Bingo, which is a bit confusing. I'm not sure what this is, unless this is a date, like the 10th. Now, is that going to be the 10th of September, or is that going to be the 9th of October? I don't really know. I'm not sure which date system they're going to be working by. And then the golden camera, I'm not sure again how you would get that, unless it's maybe once you've unlocked everything else. I don't know, but nice to have little extra things that you can go back in and see and play once you've done other stuff and sort of beaten the game itself. So that's nice, isn't it? And then there's some other levels that we will see in the future, which is nice. So that's nice. I look forward to potentially coming back and seeing a bit more of this when we've got some more levels. It seems to follow similar-ish sort of mechanics that we saw in other games. I'm trying to remember the names of the other games, and I'm struggling quite severely. I know there was Horrortooth and Saber Beast, and I feel like there was another one maybe in the middle of those, where you wandered around with a camera and you needed to use the light on the camera in order to take photographs of, was it pieces of evidence for a crime scene, or were you a journalist collecting evidence or something? I can't remember. It was all a very long time ago, but yeah, they're very good at making these levels with these villains that chase you and pursue you, and also a kind of objective, a number of things that you need to find or collect in a level, and sort of balancing those two things. So that's nice. It's good to see that they're continuing to focus on what they are very, very good at. So that is marvellous, and that was a nice game, and I rather enjoyed it. And I think it's not only perfectly reasonable, I think it's quite a good medium for communicating important issues, to sort of do it through games. I've talked before about how I think games are a underappreciated art form for communicating more serious things, like with the server games that we play from time to time. And I think, you know, in the same way, why couldn't games be used for sort of activism to a certain extent, to try and improve things that are serious and should matter to all of us? If we enjoy games, then we should care about the people that make games. We should care about them being treated properly, and given a fair slice of life. So why shouldn't games act as a medium for that? So I think that's quite reasonable. Anyway, that was a good little game, and I rather enjoyed it. Thank you to the developers for making it, and thank you also for mentioning it, so that I actually came and had a look at it. So that was all lovely, and I rather enjoyed that. And yes, we might come back and play some other levels, and hopefully it won't take me quite so appallingly long to finish it, if we get to the others. But we shall see what happens in the future. I'm not wholly sure where it's going with this mysterious sort of backstory narrative that's got going on. The voice acting is very impressive, and I like that they're trying to maintain a very interesting core gameplay mechanic. Oh good, the music is going to come back good. It was starting to feel awkward in here, whilst also trying to expand on that by adding in a certain narrative that kind of strings together what's going on, rather than it just being here's a gameplay mechanic, which is fine on its own. But if you can sort of innovate that over time, then that prevents things getting stale, doesn't it? So anyway, that was that. I rather enjoyed that, and I hope you did as well. So thank you very much for joining me this evening, ladies and gentlemen. Look after each other, and good night.